Hey everyone, this is Ieasha of Ieasha Designed It, and welcome back to my channel. Well, today we're going to go straight into the video. I am going to be showing you how to make a multicolored rhinestone template. So what we're going to do right now, we're just going to make the template. Then I'm going to come back and show you how to cut it and how to apply it to your shirt. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Open up my business edition Silhouette Studio. As you see right here, this is the Silhouette Studio. So now what I'm going to do, as you see, I am starting with a blank canvas right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the left hand side. I'm going to go down to this A. I'm going to click it. I'm going to bring my cursor, as you see here, over into my canvas, and I'm going to click it right in the middle. So now what I'm going to be doing, I am going to be making me a shirt that says favor, Favor. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I just want to make a shirt that really is saying the favor of God. I just wanted to make one of those shirts. And what I'm going to be doing, I am going to make it into a 2-color rhinestone shirt, which is a multicolor rhinestone shirt. And I'm going to be using, I think I'm going to choose the colors of pink and green. So let me go ahead and show you how I'm going to do it. As you see right here, this little cursor is flashing. So I'm just going to type out the word favor. I'm sorry, let's say S. F-A, I'm going to do it in capital letters, Favor. There's favor. So now what I'm going to do before I get started into doing anything, I'm going to go ahead and change my font. So in order to find the font that you want, go over here to the right hand side. I'm going to go down to here where you see the A with the little pencil or pen. That's a little pencil. I'm going to click it. No, it's not that one. I'm sorry. It's the one above it. Let's go to the A with the line. It's an A with the line right here. Just one above the one that I told you about. Okay, so we're in the textile panel here. So we're going to come on down to right here where it says, you see impact and you see all the different other fonts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down to where it says enter preview here. Remember, if you saw my very first rhinestone video, then I told you in order to find the quickest way for me, I feel like is to type in the whatever your design is or what you're going to be using. So I'm going to be using favor. So I'm just going to type in the word favor, Favor. And I did mine in all caps because that's why I want my design in all caps. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and I'm going to find the font that I want. So when you type in your word here, the word will show up here at the top. This is a big help so that you won't have to go through every font to see which font is best for you. You can just type it here. It comes up here and you can see which one you like. So we're going to go through here and it's a lot of fonts, y'all. So just make sure you look through it and see which one you want. Now, I like a very thick font. It helps out a lot on the shirt. To me, it just makes it look better. But you can choose whatever font you want. There's no particular, way you can have it. You can choose whatever it is that you want. But I'm looking for a thick one, so I don't see any more thick ones down that way. So I'm going to come back up to the top. And I'm going to choose, let me see. I'm sorry. First, you have to click on your the word here. Okay, so now I'm going to click on this, and as you see, it changes it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to enlarge this so that we can see how it looks. We can see how it looks. So I'm going to make it pretty big. Okay, so this is the impact. As you see right here, you will see the font style right here. This is the impact font. I'm going to click on it again. This one is the, what is that, Avernar Next Condensed font. And as you see, that's a pretty big font. I'm going to take it down a little bit because it did go over the outside of the canvas. And There's so many other ones that you can choose. This one is the Avanar Heavy font. Let me click back on this. Make sure that your design is click your wording, because if not, it's not going to show up. So this is another thick one. It's the next heavy. Let me see about this one. Okay. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to choose between the impact or this font here. Okay. Yeah, I'm so undecided which one I want. I'm going to choose the impact font. Okay, I'm going to choose the impact, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it, make it a little bigger so that we can see it. So now that I have chosen my font, I'm going to click back on here. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to size it the way we want it. Okay, so as you see here at the top and here at the bottom, there's space in between. There's space here and there's space here. Now, I don't want that space. So what I'm going to do, I want the top line to meet here on top of this favor, and I want the bottom line to meet on the bottom of this favor. So I want this to come up and the top to go down. So what I'm going to do in order to get that done, I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down to where it says ungroup, which is right here. I'm going to ungroup it. Now, as you see, once you ungroup it, there's there's a box around each of the letters. There's a box around the F, the A, the V, the O, and the R. So what I want to do, okay, I'm going to have to highlight it again because, all right. Okay, so what I want to do is once I ungrouped it, you see how the top line came down to meet the top of the favor here, the F, the A, the V, O, R. And the bottom line came up to touch the F, the A, the V, the O, and the R at the bottom. So this is the way that I want it, because now I can size it and it will be the correct sizing. It won't have any spaces for the sizing, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So now what I'm going to do, I can literally see that there's the A is a little shorter than the V. The O is shorter than the V. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to size these. I want them to be the size of kind of, match each other. So I'm going to increase the size of the O. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Because when you highlight it, you can really see it. And I'm going to, let me see. Just make sure each of your letters are sized the way that you want it. I like for my letters to be pretty much, centered with each other. So that's what I'm going to do to make it look really cute. And the reason why I go ahead and do it while it's ungrouped, because this is the perfect way to go ahead and size everything while it's ungrouped. Because once you group it, you don't want to have to come back and ungroup it if you don't have to. So what I'm going to do also, since I have it ungrouped, I'm going to go ahead and move the letters, because you don't want your letters to be so close to each other. Because when you go to put your rhinestones on, you don't want your rhinestones touching. So I don't want it too far apart, but I don't want them to be close together either. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and group everything back together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start over here at the F. I'm going to group the F. Make sure you get all of your letters. I'm going to grab the F, the A, the V, the O, and the R. And as you see, as you grab each of the letters, the box will come back around each letter. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click. I'm going to come down to where it says group, and I'm going to group everything back together. So as you see, once you group it back together, the lines that were around each of the letters will disappear. And you only have the box that's around them that tells you your size, okay? So now what I'm going to do, you can go ahead. Now is a great time to go ahead and size it to whatever size that you want. I'm going to make mine just a little bigger because I want it to be a nice size on my shirt. And you can go ahead and do your height and your width. So mine is right at, let's see, I'm going to bring this over a little bit. Okay, so my size is, the height is 4.565 and my width is 12.621. So that's the way I want it. That's the way I'm going to leave it. So now let's move on. So now what I want to do next is, first of all, make sure I click it because you want to keep it. Okay. So now what I want to do next, I want to go over to the right hand side again, and I want to give it a color. And so I'm going to go over to, I'm going to start here at the top. So this is the first icon. I'm going to call these over here icons because I don't know what they're called, but I'm going to call them icons. So this is the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So come down to the fourth icon here that has a little, like a little painters, you know, like the artists use to paint. Come down to this little area, click it. So once you click it, it's called the open field panel or the field panel. And you can choose the colors in this area right here. Now mine said recently used because I have different colors that I have recently used here. Now, what color do I want to choose? I think I'm going to do, I normally do pink. I think I'm going to choose pink again, but I'm going to choose this dark pink right here, which I call hot pink. So I'm going to well, no, I think I'm going to choose the black. And the reason why I'm going to choose the black because I want to show you something. I'm going to click the black. Okay, so I'm going to make it black. So as you see here, if you look very closely, you can see a red line around each and every one of these letters. You see it around the L, the A, the V, the O, and the R. And I'm going to take my mouse right here, and I'm just going to point it out to you so that you can see it. So if you see right along the F, store, as you see right here, this is showing the red line. You click this drop down or this arrow down, and you can change the what is called the color around the lines. You can change it right here. Or you can come over to the right hand side and you can go right underneath this little artist paint little thing here. And you can come right here to where you see all the lines. You click it. And you want to come right here to where it says line style. Okay, so it's already going to be on the first one. You want to click on the second one. So you want to come down right here to where it says line color, because this is what this is. This is the color that's around the line. It's around that line around the F, the A, the V, the O, and the R. So we want to remove that. So I want you to pay attention right here at the word favor. So watch when I click the line color, I'm going to click this little triangle, little thing that looks like a triangle. I'm going to click it and watch the red be removed from each of the letters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click it. Oh yeah. You see right there? The red was removed from each of the letters. So you don't want the red there, or whatever color is normally red, I think. But whatever is around there is called the line color. You want to remove it. So now that that is removed, we're going to come back over to the right hand side. So what we want to do now, we want to go ahead and I didn't mean to click that, y'all. We want to go ahead and choose our rhinestones. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to the rhinestone panel. we want to go to the rhinestone panel. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down to the rhinestone panel. In the rhinestone panel, now you can go to the rhinestone panel at the top. Over on the left hand side, you go over to where it says panels and you come down to rhinestones. Then you can go there, or you can go over to the right hand side, which is the side that I'm going to use. You're going to come all the way down to this little circle. I called it in my first video, it looks just like a globe. So I'm going to say this little area that looks like a globe. You come down again. I'm going to say icons. You can come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it's going to be the 19th icon on the right hand side, or you can just come all the way down and click on the one that looks, it's a circle, but to me it looks like a globe. Go ahead and click it. Now, once you click it, you see where you are. You're in the rhinestone panel area. So what we're going to do, we're going to come down here to where it says rhinestone effect. Okay, so the very first one, when you click on it, you see it's just a circle with no rhinestones. So that means that's, like I said, no rhinestones. You won't have any rhinestones here. It look just like it did when you typed it out. So when you go to the one next door, I'm going to say next door because it's right beside it. When you go to the one next door, this is going to be, okay, this is going to be edge. So when you come back over here and you look at the letters that you have typed out, you see how the rhinestones are just at the edge of each of the letters. It's very cute. I like this, but this is not what I want. Now, if this was what you want, that's totally, great. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful design. So we're going to go next to that one, and it says linear fill. Now, this is the one that I'm going to be choosing because this is the one that I absolutely love. As you see, it is absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm going to be doing some changes to it, but we will talk about that in a few minutes. You can also go to the last one, the one here, which is the radial fill. Now, if you choose the radial fill, as you see right here, there will be some rhinestones look like it's missing in this area. And if that's, it's a very pretty uh, area too. This is really pretty. But I'm going to go with the linear. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, the next thing, we're going to come up on it to where it says rhinestone size. Now, these are the sizing of rhinestones. You have the SS6 or the 6SS rhinestones. And as you see, if you chose the 6SS rhinestones, then the rhinestones will be smaller. Take a look right here. You see how small those rhinestones are? It's because they're the 6SS, or I'm going to be saying SS6 rhinestones. So let's go to the one right next door, which is the SS10 rhinestone. Now, when you come back over and look, you see how the bigger it got. That's the 6SS or SS6. This is the 10SS or the SS10 rhinestones. This is the most popular when it comes to rhinestones, or when it comes to making a rhinestone template or doing rhinestones. This is the one that I'm going to be choosing for my shirt or my template. You can also choose the SS16 rhinestones, which you see right here. They're a lot bigger than the SS10 rhinestones. Or you can choose the 20SS or the SS20 rhinestones, which is bigger than all of the others. So we're going to go back because I'm going to choose SS10. I'm going to leave it right there. So we're going to come down to where it says rhinestone spacing. Now, as you see, it's already on 0.039, and that is the default for the rhinestone panel. This here, the template. You can change it, or you can leave it at 0.039 if that's the way that you like it. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here on this canvas, and this is just going to take the line off so that you can see it better. Now, this is at 0.039. I don't want mine to be at 0.039, so I'm just going to change it to different ones so that I can explain something to you. So just say for instance, I'm going to change it to 0.025. Now I want you to pay attention here as I change each of the spacing. So I changed it to 0.025. Now I have to go back and um, put this line, just click on it and it put the line back around it, okay? So that it can go ahead and change. So I want it to change to, I'm going to change it to, what happened? Okay, if you make a mistake, you go to the top panel and just click on undo. This little arrow here, and it should take you back. Okay, so it took me back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click right here to rhinestone spacing, and I'm going to go to 0.025. That's what I want to try. And as you see, did you see that? It changed the rhinestone. So the lower you go when it comes to rhinestones, the closer your rhinestones will be. The higher you go with rhinestones, the farther apart your rhinestones will be. So let me explain. Excuse me. All right, so as you see, the 0.025 made it come closer together. So let's go up a little bit. Let's go to, I'm going to try 1.25. As you see, you can't even tell what this is because it's so spaced apart. It's spaced out. Because the farther up you go, the more spacing you will have. So let's choose one that's a little bit smaller, but still a pretty big size. So we're going to go to 0.125. I don't think I chose that one. Okay, so now you see, if you choose 0.125, this is the way that your design will look. It's still pretty if that's what you like. But as you see, the rhinestones are farther apart, if you can see right here with my mouse. So what I'm going to choose one a little bit, I don't want it too spaced out, but I want it to be spaced. I want it to be a little closer. So we're going to put 0.0, just say for instance 40. Let's see what that looks like. Now that is pretty. I like this one. Now, some of the things um I would go in here, remove the top, or not even remove it. I may add some rhinestones to the very top one. As you see the top line on the O, and there's one missing on the R. But let's keep going to see if that will fill out a little bit more. So let's say 0.050, because sometimes it may fill out a little more and you won't have to do anything to it. Okay, so let's go to 0.080. So it's spacing a little bit farther. Let's go to 50. And see, you can play around with this. You can really play around with it to get it the way you want to. Okay, so as you see, there were like a bunch of the little rhinestones here at the top of the O. Now you see when I put on 0.045, what happened? There's only 2 rhinestones here at the top. So we're going to keep going to see if I don't even have to put any of them there. Let's see, 4, 8. Okay, so as you see, that's getting to be, so it just depends on what you want. Okay, so now what I want to show you, I want to come down to where it says release rhinestones, but first I want to go here to where you can know how many rhinestones that you need for whichever one of these rhinestone either SS6, 10, 16, or 20s, or either other that you're going to be using. So again, I am using the SS10. So in order for me to make sure I have enough rhinestones, it tells me here how many I need. So I need 2012 rhinestones. so that you can always make sure you have enough, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back here and I think I want to add some to this O here. I'm going to see how it looks, but I know I want to add a couple of them to this R, just to, you know, fill it in. So in order to do that, we have to go right here to where it says release rhinestones. So now what we're going to do, we're going to click it. Sometimes it takes a minute in order for the rhinestones to be released, but once it's released, you will have little circles around each of these rhinestones here. So depending on your computer or your internet service, that's how long it would take. It's raining here where I am, so it may take a minute to for my internet service to go ahead and do what it's supposed to do. All right, so it didn't take too long. As you see right here in this area, you see that it has little circles around each and every one of the rhinestones. So now what you want to do, now is the time that you can go here and you can choose to move your rhinestones. If you don't like what the rhinestones are, you can add rhinestones, which I say I'm going to do. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on the rhinestones. We're going to click off onto the canvas. So once you click off to the canvas, it takes away the line that was around your words. So now what I want to do, let me show you. You can click on here. You can click on here. You can remove. You see how I removed that one? If that's what you want to do, you can come back here and just click this button that I was telling you about, and it takes it back to where it was. Or you can go ahead and you can copy. You can click on this. Click on the rhinestones. And you can, it's kind of difficult sometimes until you really learn how to, because these rhinestones are rather small. You can click on it. You can copy it or duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate this rhinestone. And what that does, as you see, once I duplicate it, it put one here on the end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here on this area at the bottom. I'm going to click this rhinestone that's closest to that's actually on the end right here. And for some reason it moves. Let me see. I want it to move. I want it to stay there. Click it, and I'm going to duplicate it. And that's pretty much the same as copying. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it where I want it. You can move it anywhere where you want the you want to add some rhinestones. So what you do, you continue to do that until you get your design to look just like you want it to look. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep doing this. And it's duplicated. I'm going to move it over. See right here in this area, these two rhinestones are close together. So I'm just going to move one over because you do not want it to be so close together. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it over. I'm going to move each one of these over a little bit. And now I kind of like that, how it is at the bottom. I added some at the bottom of the O. So now I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on one. I'm going to click it. I'm going to duplicate it. And as you see, the duplicate came here, which is the same as copying. Duplicate is a little easier for me because you can press copy also, but duplicate and moving it to where you want it is a little easier. So just do what's easiest for you. So I'm trying to move this one down some because it's up a little too high, but I don't want it to touch the other rhinestone right there. Oh, it's still a little high. Okay, I'm going to work with that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to duplicate this again. And I'm going to take one and put it over on this side. So I'm trying to have the bottom, that's not too close. So I can come down a little bit more. Okay. Because I don't want them to touch, but as I come down with it, I see they're not touching. So that's a good thing. So what I want to do, I want the top, let me pull it over a little bit. Okay. I want the top to be even with the bottom. So I always count mine. It's 2, 4, 6, 7 here at the top, and it's 2, 4, 6, 8 at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to add one more and just see how it looks. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm just going to bring it in. Excuse me. I'm going to bring it into this area here on this side. I'm going to drop it. And as you see, still need to come in some. Oh, that's too close. So I'm just showing you here how to do your rhinestones to bring them in. Okay. So y'all, to me, that looks pretty good. To me, it looks pretty good. Maybe I need to bring it in just a little more. That's too close. Okay. So I'm going to leave mine like that. I like it. But right here, as you can see right here on this R, I need to add some more. I need to add at least 1, 2, 3, 4 stones. So I'm going to click it. I'm going to do like I've been doing. I'm going to go to duplicate right here. And I'm going to pull it on over to here. I'm going to bring it down. Okay, that looks good, y'all. I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to bring it here, drop it. I'm going to bring it down. And always make sure that you know when you are doing this, make sure you have it the way you want it. Because sometimes trying to move these rhinestones, it takes a minute because they're so small. Now, if you choose the bigger ones, if you choose the 16SS or the SS20s, you know, you may not have so many problems with it because the SS20s and the SS16s are not as small as the SS10s or the SS6. So I'm going to bring that down a little bit. As you see, I'm going to let y'all see how this look when I added the other ones to the R. Okay, let me come down. Look, y'all, that is so cute. I love it. I love it. Let me duplicate one more because I'm not sure how this look right here. If I don't like it, I can always remove it. Anytime you put something that, you put it there thinking that you will like it and don't like it, just delete it. Just delete it. It's no big deal. You can delete it and do something else with it. Now this one here may be a little too close to the other rhinestones here. So let me go back and redo that. Let me undo it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be too close. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete that one. Because if it's too close, you don't want that. You don't want it to be right. You don't want it to be right next to another one. Because once you get ready to press it on your shirt, it's not going to do right. So I'm trying to move this down just a little bit. Just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit. And we're going to move on. Okay, so that's fine. That is fine. You know what? I think I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to delete this one. Okay. So what I have is fine. So now what we're going to do, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. So let me show you again what happened. Let's go down to where it says totals. You remember, I think my total at first was like 2016, I think. No, it was 2012 SS10 stones. As you see, it went up because I duplicated some of them and added some of them. So always look back when you finish. Always look back to make sure the stones didn't change, because if they did, you need to know that. So just take a piece of paper, a pen, pencil, whatever you have, and write down what it is that it is showing you. Make sure you write down your sizing. You want to always make sure that your sizing is written, that you write it down, because your sizing is something that you will need to know when you bring your rhinestone template into Cricut Design Space. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be printing mine out in Cricut Design Space. Some of you may have a Cameo, I think that's what you call it, or whatever software that you have, but I have a Cricut Explorer Air, so that Air 2, so that's what I'm going to be using. So you will need to know your measurements. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to show you this um, here. So make sure you write down, always write down my stones. So this is my favor template. The stones, the SS10 stones, I have 2022 rhinestones. So I need to make sure that I have enough rhinestones in order to make this template. And like I said, I'm going to do a multi-color one. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and group all this back together, because you do not want to move. You want to make sure that you group it, because if you don't group it, you're going to make a mess trying to move it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back here to my canvas. I am going to go ahead and highlight everything. I'm going to grab the entire F. You start at the very top of the F, or whatever your letter is that you're using, and I'm going to go all the way over. So as you see, the lines are going back over each and every letter. So I'm going to highlight my F, my A, my V, my O, and my R. Okay? As you see that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click. First of all, I'm going to look over and make sure that everything has been, I've grabbed everything. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to group it. I'm going to click, we'll make sure it's grouped first, because once it's grouped, it's going to remove the lines around it. Therefore, you will know it is grouped. Now, as you see, when you're making rhinestone templates, and the reason why, I made rhinestone t-shirts and I actually sell them. My Shopify, let me tell you this right quick. I have finished doing my Shopify site for all the ones of you who have been following me a while. I had started my Shopify site a couple of months ago. I went back, I looked at my Shopify site, because what I did, I jumped. And the reason why I did, because I did not want to wait, because a lot of time when you wait, you talk yourself out of things. Especially when I'm talking about the positives, like opening a business, running a business. And I knew this, running a business is something that I want to do. So I wanted to open my Shopify site. And what I did, I went ahead and I jumped and I opened it. So when I went back and looked at my site, I was looking at it and I was like, it just didn't seem like, it wasn't, to me, aesthetically appeasing to the eye, appealing to the eye. So I went back and I redid my website. I did it by myself. So I went ahead and opened up my shop last night. I went ahead and opened it. So I am selling my rhinestone shirts. When I first did this was my whole idea anyway, was to sell rhinestone t-shirts. And I put that on there. I have my Shopify site set up for you to go and shop. So the reason why the rhinestone t-shirts are expensive is because it takes time to make these designs. It takes time to put in the rhinestones. It takes time, as you see right here in Silhouette Studio. Now, we as creators, a lot of times when you see us creating, you see the fast version of it because we edit a lot of things, because a lot of times we want the video to be so long. Now, a lot of people go live, and I go live also, but I haven't went live yet when it comes to actually designing my rhinestones, because it takes a lot of time. Now, a lot of times if you see people doing it live, then a lot of times those videos are over an hour or two, because it takes time to do this, and it also takes time to go ahead and cut them out. So when you look at these rhinestone t-shirts and you say, oh, the price, yes, you have to pay for it, because it's not easy doing. It's not easy, it's time consuming, and you also have to look at the different materials and everything that is used. So I just wanted to let everyone know that, because I know a lot of times you look at different things and you look at the price of it, but you know what? People pay for what it is that they want. People pay for things that they want. People pay for quality. And when I do something here, I do it for quality. I don't just rush my designs. Everything that I do is handmade. So I just wanted to make sure you know that. So make sure you go and check out my Shopify site. I am going to be, everything is in the description box. So my Shopify site, I do have an Etsy shop. This design will be in my Etsy shop, and you can go and shop with me. Another thing, was something else I was going to say. Um, Yeah, so make sure that you understand the quality and everything that goes into making a rhinestone t-shirt. Not just a rhinestone t-shirt. You could go for sublimation, cricket, whatever it is. And what I do in my business, everything is made handmade. I hand make everything. I do not have employees yet. I don't have anyone helping me besides, now I have my daughter. She'll help me every now and then, or my husband may help me. But they have things that they have to do also. So a lot of times it's just me making this. So when it's a one person running the entire business or running the entire show, then you have to understand that a lot of the items are handmade with quality, and I make everything with love. So I just wanted you to know that, and make sure you go and check out my Shopify site. And another thing, make sure you check out my community page. I have a page here on YouTube, and I put a lot of stuff in my community. So let's get back to the design. Okay, so I've shown you everything here. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and write down the width and the height. Which the width and the height, make sure you write it down, because you need to know this. The width and the height is where you can find it here at the top, or you can find it right here on your design. Well, I'm going to go right here to the top, and I'm going to write down my height, which is 4.630, and my width is 12.751. So make sure you write that down. Do not forget to write that down, because this is very important. It's very crucial for your template, because you will need to know this when you bring in your design over into Cricut Design Space, so that if it comes in incorrectly, you will have the correct sizing. So again, this one is 4.630 for the height, and the width is 12.751. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to go ahead and start the multicolor, um, changing it up, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do the multicolor like I was telling you that I was going to do. So now, in order to get that done, go ahead and right click on it again. We're going to go down to ungroup. We're going to ungroup everything. Okay, so once it's ungrouped, you see the circles again. So I'm just going to click here. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to take I want to choose, I want to go up halfway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and I'm going to choose, I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to choose every one of these um, rhinestone, these stones here, all the way up. I think I'm going to go about, I want to go halfway. So halfway probably would be right. I want to go right there. So I'm going to make sure each and every one of them have been chosen. Go all the way across. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the right hand side and I'm going to go to my this fill panel here, click it, and I'm just going to choose a I want this, I'm going to do pink and green. I should have did it in green, but I wanted to show you. But I'm going to choose the pink one. So I'm going to have my, no, I'm going to choose the green. I'm going to have my bottom, my top, this top part pink and the bottom part green. So I'm going to choose this green. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to choose this green here. So as you see, once I chose that green, the green came in exactly where I wanted. It's going to go all the way across and it's going to be toward this middle part here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and group this part here. I'm going to group the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down to group. It may take a minute. Okay, so as you see what happened, once I clicked on group, it grouped all of them together at the bottom. So you see this top part is black, the bottom is green. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to make this top part pink. So what I'm going to do, I am going to choose the top part and I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to go all the way across to grab all of the letters. I'm going to go all the way down and I'm going to stop right at the green because I don't want my pink to go over the green. So I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to go over to my fill panel and I'm going to choose the light pink. This is the pink here. So I'm going to choose the pink. So as you, well, I didn't choose all of it. Hold on, let me click on it because you see what happened? The black is still there and I wanted all of it to be pink. So let me try this again. Let's go all the way over. Let's go all the way across and down. So I might have to go into the green a little bit just to grab it, but that's okay. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to release it, go over to the fill panel and click on pink. Let's see if that's going to change the black now. Oh, wow. So it changed all of it. So what I did, I went too far, y'all. So let me go back. I must have went into the green a little bit. Okie dokie. Let's see. I did. I went into the green. So once I went into the green, it changed it pink. So let's try this again. Let's go all the way over and I'm going to just grab this black. I don't want to go into the green because it will change it. So I'm going to, you really have to have eyes to really see this. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go right. I'm going to stop here. I think that's the black. So let's go back and choose pink again. Let's see if that works, y'all. Did I choose it? Okay, so it changed on some of them. Go all the way back down again. That's why I tell you it takes time to get this done. It's green. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here. I don't think I went down far enough or something. So let me choose the pink again. See if that take care of that. Okay. So you have to make sure that you go all the way down to cover it. So as you see, that's the way it's going to look. Absolutely gorgeous. I want the top to be pink and I want the bottom to be green. So now what I'm going to do, we have to group it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go back, choose all of the pink because remember I've already grouped the I've grouped the green. So we're going to go grab all of the pink. Make sure that I grab all of the pink this time. Okay, so let's grab the pink. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go down to group. And that groups all of the pink. Okay, so let me just make sure. I'm going to take it, I'm going to click on it. All right, so I know that I did it right because look, when I move it, all of the green is there and all of the pink is here. Well, no, wait a minute. No, I didn't go all the way over for the R. So let me go up here and go back because I missed the the R. So what I'm gonna do, since I know the green is all grouped, I'm just going to take this pink. I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the part of the F, the A, the V, the O, and all of the R because part of that R was not grouped. So I'm going to go all the way out. And as you see, once I highlighted it, the lines are around it. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down and say group. So that should get it all. Okay, it did. Now I'm going to take it and do it like this. So as you see, there's no rhinestones left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it, I'm just going to place it back together. Okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make this into a compound path. So now what I'm going to do, because I want this to be separate. So I'm going to go ahead and make this bottom one into a compound path. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight the green all the way over. I'm going to click it, right click it, go down and say make compound path. So as you see, when I did that one, it changed color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight it again. Make sure I got everything. I'm going to come back over to the fill panel. I'm going to click on, because this one is green. So I'm going to click on green. Okay, I click green. But as you see, the fill color is still here. I meant the line color. So I want to make sure I remove the line color. So I'm just going to go where you see the lines at, go down and go to the triangle and remove that. And as you see, it's green. So we're going to do the same for the top one, the pink one. Going to do the same thing. Going to highlight it, everything. We're going to right click, come down to, okay, it's already grouped. So we're going to make this into a compound path. So highlight everything, right click, come down to, it says make compound path, do that. As you see, it changed, it took the color off, but we're going to go back, we're going to put the color on. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here, I'm going to click on pink, and as you see, it changed it back to pink. All right. All right, so now what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead, since we already done compound paths for both of them, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to group the entire um, design. Right click, I'm going to go down and I'm going to group it. So now what we're going to do, as you see, it is grouped. So now we're going to do, we're going to go back up. We're going to click it. We're going to go back up, make sure that we have our sizing or our measurements correctly written down. And again, the height is 12.751. The width. The width is 12.751 and the height is 4.630. So everything still is the same. So now what we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and save it. And in order to save it, you're going to go to the left-hand side. We're going to click right here where it says save. It's going to say save as. You want to go ahead and make sure you title it. So I'm going to do favor. And I'm going to do Rhinestones. Okay. I'm going to go down to where it says format. You always want to choose SVG. So I'm going to click SVG. Make sure everything is highlighted. Make sure it says SVG and press OK. All right, everyone. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will be back to show you what I'm going to be doing next. We're going to go ahead. Next time I come on, we're going to print this out using Cricut Design Space. Again, make sure you write down your measurements and make sure you go ahead and save it as an SVG so that when we upload it to Cricut, I'm going to show you how to upload it to Cricut Design Space. We're going to print it out and we're going to be placing it on our shirt. So I hope that you all have a great day and I will see y'all on my next video.